was down there up the deck.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm standing right underneath that door. And it had been in a lot of service. And the cables was rusty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this. It was on a motor that brought this cable up and brought this door up from the lower deck to the top deck. And I'm standing underneath, and for some reason I was talking to Richard Arbini was his name, and we walked just a little bit away from where that door did, and the whole thing came down. Oh boy, dust and dirt flew every place.
And that was where?
Huh?
Where was that?
I think it was in Yokohama.
Yokohama.
It wasn't in Tokyo. Or it wasn't in the Philippines. I don't think. Czech-Slovak lady, maybe. I had a girl here that one of those physical therapists
Right.
was here, and I was talking about the islands and all of that. And I mentioned that I was in Czechoslovakia one time, and how it stunk and everything, and the fish and everything. She said, that's my hometown.
Right.
Were you here then?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, she said that that was their way of life. That's what they did. They sold fish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I went. Things were primitive, and they had street lights that was very dim.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember walking down these streets, and that they had fish markets, that they had the fish hung from the ceiling and everything. And I don't remember Christmas Day. I was in New York. No, what was I on that Christmas Day? I was in Japan. They sent me the day after Christmas. They sent me. I had enough points. You had to have so many points. You got points for every month you was overseas, every month you served here in the United States, and different decorations and everything.
Right.
And I had enough points, and they sent me to the fourth replacement depot to get a boat. They had a bottleneck because they were shipping all these soldiers back to the United States because the war was over, and they wanted to get the boys home. And I didn't make it for Christmas. I wanted to that year, but the day after Christmas, they sent me to the fourth replacement depot to wait for a boat to come in, and I had to wait. I can't tell you the truth, a week, 10 days or something there were ships rotating the whole time, going back and forth to the United States. And one of these boats got back to Japan to get me, bring me home. And remember that, getting on that boat. Glad to get out of that outfit. Well, I'll tell you, Tokyo was more modern than the United States was.
Was it?
They had a big boulevard they called the Ginza
Mm-hmm.
that had all kinds of shops. They had, this was right after the war now.
Okay.
And I'm talking just about September. This was probably right at the last of December,
Mm-hmm.
because I got back here and got discharged February the 3rd or 6th, something like that, the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
And they had electricity and everything was lit up, traffic. They had all kinds of furniture, draperies, everything. It wasn't hurting. I went by the Imperial Palace. What was that guy's name? Yamamoto, I think was his name.
Mm-hmm.
Was the Imperial big shot of Japan at that time. And there was a moat run all around his palace with a drawbridge.
Hmm.
Now I remember that. I can tell you another story too.
Okay.
They sent me down to Little Rock, Arkansas for basic training. Camp Joseph T. Robinson. Did I tell you about this before?
I don't think so.
And the camp was west of Little Rock, around 10, 12 miles.
Okay.
And on weekends, if we wasn't in training, we had 13 weeks of training.
Mm-hmm.
They'd let us go to town. I sent my mother $14. She had a pass to run to Senior River down to Little Rock,
Mm-hmm.
because my dad worked there and I had worked the shops. She got a free pass. And I sent her $14. I remember that, for expenses and everything. That was not a lot of money. It was little money. And but anyway, not when she was there, but I went to town one weekend. They had a great big hotel, Ben McGee, they called it.
Mm-hmm.
I seen a great big line up there. I wondered what was going on. Excuse my French, but there was a whorehouse upstairs.
Oh.
Guys lining up to get serviced.
Oh.
That was a big line of, oh my. But when my mother come, all the hotels and everything was booked up. We had to go, I think we went through the USO to find a place where we could lodge in a private home overnight. And we went to this private home, slept on the floor of, I don't know, living room or where it was now, on the floor.
Wow.
Because that camp had, oh my, a lot of soldiers.
I'm sure.
I I was staying over here 110 miles east of what they call Camp Ellis. I'd go to Peoria or Galesburg or someplace on the weekend there, and I took an excursion to Chicago one time on the train. I danced at Lawrencewell Music at the Aragon on 4500 North.
Yeah.
And took the subway up there. And I met a girl, Olive Marie Olson was her name.
Oh,
And boy, was she a dancer.
was she?
And I can remember going up to Magazine and drinking champagne.
Hmm.
But Camp Ellis over here. So one weekend I went to, that was after I got our basic training, and I went to, that camp up in Milwaukee, right out of Milwaukee, by La Crosse. Well, I forget what
It's
that
not McCoy, is it?
Who?
McCoy?
Camp McCoy, that's right. For advanced basic training.
Mhm.
And then they shipped me down to Camp Ellis here for future training. And one weekend I went to Peoria.
Mm.
I like to dance back in those days.
Oh, yeah.
I went to USO. And met a girl, we danced. But now I can't remember how this happened now. But there was a couple, I think it came through the USO, that had a son in the service. And they took me home so I'd sleep in a nice clean bed that night.
Oh,
Because thinking maybe somebody would help their son.
that was nice.
And they gave me breakfast. That was up by the St. Francis Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I knew Peoria quite well. In fact, that's why I was inducted in the Army way out on West Madison Street in the armory out there. And on February the 13th, 1943, and they gave me a choice to come home for 10 days. And I was sworn in, I was in the Army, they let me come home for 13 days. And then we lived at 603 West Madison Street, which is over by Madison Square, but the house tore down.
Right.
And I can remember my mother and I had to meet a train at the Wabash Railroad Station at a certain time. And my mother and I would walk down there on the 23rd of February and got on that train.
And that station's not here anymore either, is it?
And that's the station that I came in when I was discharged from Jefferson Barracks in 46.
6? Mm-hmm.
That's right. That is also where I saw President Harry Truman. He hit the train. They had that big brass railing around the back of the club car there, and he stopped at the railroad station first, and then they pulled just across Main Street there, and the crowd all there. He was on his way to Kansas City, where his home was. Oh, I can tell you so many stories. Some good and some bad.
Where did you get your tattoos? Your tattoo on your arm?
Well, I was 17 No. 16. A friend of mine, a boy, people was getting tattooed. Now, I done it myself. This boy told me, you just dip a needle in ink, go around like that. Well, I didn't do a very good job. It blurred. It's dead decay.
Oh,
Dead decay.
I see. Okay.
But I went like this, and you see how now the K's not bad, but this is blurred.
Right. Okay.
I noticed. Yeah, I think I was 16 then. Because I moved up here when I was 17. Crazy. But now then they gotta put big earrings on, put a hook through the nose and the tongue, in the belly button, and
Sometimes they tie them all together with chains and stuff.
they're crazy. But, yeah, I used to like to dance. I was going with the girl. Well, I guess you'd say, yeah, I guess you would say I was going with the girl, because I was working at St. Anne's Shopfather, and she lived in Mattoon, and her mother was going with the man that owned a foundry down there. I tell you that story?
I think so, but you can tell it again.
And I worked the railroad from 7 to 3:30.
Mm-hmm.
Lived at 117 Avenue A. That's, well, this is a big company's got it now.
Lenny?
No. Guy on this side down the road works there. Oh, come on. Aerospace deal down there.
Oh, okay.
And they finally bought that lot, but there was a brick house and a lawyer owned it. Yeah, a lawyer owned it. And we moved up here, and I was dancing with this girl on weekends. She worked at a Huck's drugstore behind the lunch counter.
Oh, okay.
And how I met her was I'd go to this dance hall 2 or 3 times, always on Friday and Saturday night. And, I forget, one day during the week, I don't know, Wednesday or something, I don't know. And I'd stop down there and get me a bacon lettuce tomato sandwich on toast.
Mm-hmm.
And she waited on me, see. And I don't know how that came about, but we got friendly, and she liked me. And I took her to this place to dance one time after she got off of work.
Mm-hmm.
I think she got off at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And this dance place would stay open at 11 or 12 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And anyway, her mother was going with this guy, had a new Hudson Oh, you've heard of that? haven't
Right. Yep.
you? And they would drive her up every Friday night to 117 Avenue A and park the car in front of my mother's and dad's house about 3:15 in the afternoon or 3:30, because I rode it with a guy, I forget the guy's name, that lived over in the Heights here someplace. And they knew my routine, see. And my mother used to hate to see her that she come up there in front of that house, because she knew what was going to happen. So I got out of the car, he let me out. I said, I'll be about half an hour after I go take a bath and clean up, I'll be back out here.
Mm-hmm.
My mother knew that. She didn't see me till Monday morning. We'd be gone. Now, there was nothing sexual about this.
Right.
But we danced, and her mother and this guy, and I couldn't tell you his name now, I couldn't even tell her. But she did have a sister by the name of Donna somebody, I don't know. This was Betty Jane Isabel was her name.
Oh.
We danced. And I can remember him, we're going to a rooming house, and I remember I sat in a doggone chair and sleep, where they went in other places to sleep. And I was in a rocking chair in the living room sleeping, and I wouldn't get home to time to change clothes and get ready to go to work. And now, I didn't drink much, but I drank enough to, when I went to work, I went to the water fountain and got drunk all over again.
Oh boy.
Then I went to my 18th, 18th birthday, she brought me a new Gruen watch. Back in those days, I think it cost about $35 to $40.
Wow.
Which that was a pretty good price back in those days.
Yeah.
So that was in September, and every weekend we'd go out, dance and everything. But anyway, in the following February, I got my draft notice. I told you about that, going to Detroit and came back.
Right.
And I went to the service. Well, she wanted to get married. I didn't want to get married.
Right.
And I don't know when this happened, but I'm overseas someplace. And I don't know, it was after I come home, while I was overseas. But I had never written to her, I just gave her up.
Mm-hmm.
And she knew it, and she wanted that watch back. I didn't give it to her, and I never seen her since. But, she's good, one of the best dancers I've ever seen. Well, I ran into some good dancers from the USOs with everything.
Right.
And one up at Camp LaCroix was good too. I met one here. What was her name? Out of the grotto here. I forget her name, but I met some real good dancers. But a lot of them like to get serious.
Yeah.
I remember one girl I was dancing with it in Terre Haute. Virginia Rose Layer, Layer. We were dancing, and she kind of cuddled up next to me. I didn't resist her. And she said, I was waiting for that. Oh, they all like to cuddle up. I mean, I was a good dancer.
Oh boy.
But and now I had another girl there too. Crook. What was her first name? Mary Lee, I think it was. Crook. I had all the girls gone,
Oh boy.
but I don't want to get married. Then I came home and I met my first wife, and I fell in love with her.
What changed?
Hmm?
What changed? What was different?
Well, I grew older. I was maturing.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, I was only 18 years old. See?
Right.
But I was 22 then.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. She was a good-looking girl, worked at General Electric out here. She lived right, the address was 303 East Perchoff Street, right across the street from the high school. Yeah, but I can't tell you. I was been in the service for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to settle down. But she was a good girl.
Mm-hmm.
But then my second wife, she was my secretary. At one time, I was a pretty big shot. But that's why I say you never get too big that you don't fall.
True.
That the higher you get, the harder it is when you fall.
That's exactly true.
And I had over $1 million at one time, and that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all gone.
Yeah.
Money is a medium of exchange.
Mm-hmm.
That and sex is two of the worst things you can get.
Can be the root of all evil, really.
I've lived a good life, an adventurous life.
Mm-hmm.
I've been and I've seen and I've done. But I'm not ready to give it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, but it don't bother me.
Right.
But my dad was a very generous man, and so was my grandfather,
Mm-hmm.
Kearney.
Mm-hmm.
But I was too generous. I helped the wrong people. The one that robbed me was a veteran.
Right.
John Brew was a Marine.
Right.
But that's the way it goes. No use crying about it.
Right.
I survived. because like I say, you can't take it with you.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed it and I've lived. I've seen. I've been to Canada. I've been to Niagara Falls. My wife and I did. There's another couple that I went. He's dead now. I think his wife is still living. We went to Niagara Falls. I didn't know how to drive,
Oh no.
and he was took care of all these. He worked for Senior Railroad,
Mhm.
traveled from Evansville up and down the road, repairing these telegrapher.
Oh, the telegraph.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and he was the only one they had, and he was good.
Wow.
I think he was about a year older than me. I think.
Hmm.
Lucille and Bart Bailey was their name. He's very different. Spring Hill.
Mm.
So we made it. He said, "You want to go to Niagara Falls? We're going to go to Niagara Falls." Yeah, I'll go. So he had the car.